Good morning. My name is Nate Jones, for those of you who do not know me. Been on this journey for a few months now. Been having some difficulties, especially with it relating to my job. Grapes are seasonal fruit, so therefore there are some weeks and months where fruit is not in season, and as a result of that, there's a lot of layoffs and a lot of interruptions when it comes to the flow of time as it relates to paying and so on and so forth. I've been working this job for a little over a year and a half, almost 2 years, and not even 1,000 in my savings. Many times it's because of this and that and helps here and there and so on and so forth. And I'm not trying to make an excuse for my limited resources, but the point that I'm trying to make is as a result of the flow of things, I find it very difficult to maneuver where I need to be as opposed to where I am. And giving you a front row seat into that affair is both productive and reasonable for me because of the support and accountability that I receive vicariously through YouTube. I haven't been working for about 3 weeks. So going through the third week, I thought it in my best interest to put in for vacation time, which will jumpstart another paycheck that I can use in my bid for being at peace with the fact that I have this shelter over my head. Because of my frustration and fussing with one of the producers of my product, they have set me back in the queue behind 20 other would-be candidates, which means that my product might not get to the market for another month. But the joy of knowing that I am able to produce something of value that can potentially create for me a passive income is a thought that I cannot just brush or overlook. But it is a cause for me to be thankful, even though my face and my appearance doesn't emanate such thankfulness. The fact of the matter is that I am extremely thankful for that. Thus the reason for my coming to you with another video. There's a certain amount of melancholy that I feel only because the struggle is real. Not to mention the fact that it is imperative for me to keep the paper trail and the physical trail alive so that my mind and my spirit can be aligned with the idea circling the goals that I have set for myself. Nothing is real until both the conscious and the subconscious see it and perceive it as such, which is why I'm talking to you now. I see the need to diversify and put, like Samson, several foxtails on fire so that the blaze can be definite. It's a metaphor. Some of you may get it, and it's fine. But I've got several projects. We'll talk about that at a later date. But for now, just want you to know that I'm here. My goals are here. My desire is just as real as ever. My focus somewhat hampered due to the reality of my getting older and the job situation of which I'm spending a lot of time and a lot of energy and only to maintain the roof over my head instead of the comfort of knowing that my savings account reflects the work that I'm doing. But as it is with most trading time for dollars, it really doesn't work in the grand scheme of things, does it? No, not really. But we do it to maintain, as it were, a status quo that is more of a quo than a status. But be that as it may, I see some light at the end of the tunnel in the sense that, one, I have a product. Two, that someone else has given it value, which, ultimately speaking, is the bang that creates the buck. So I'm thankful for that. They have also given me a discounted rate for 3 more products to go along with that first product, which I'm getting ready to dive into. But rather than give them all of my time, I want to diversify, and there's another company that says that if I give them 1 or 2 products, and if it's something they like, they would use their expenses. Of course, I will get less of the royalties based on that, but passive income is passive income. And if there's something that I can create to cause that passive income, it's very little on my part to do so. The passive income is really the point, isn't it? So I'm going to jump into that a little bit more. Of course, there's 2 other projects that I can work on simultaneously as well. So just want you to know that this is where I am. This is what's going on with me. there's a little bit of discomfort in my countenance because I'm having a little bit of personal issues that I'm dealing with, and only because as long as you are alive, there are struggles both within and without. Nothing that God can't handle, of course. But the melancholy is really what I'm referring to. You have to pardon me for my demeanor at this point in time. I'm coming to you with the understanding that you are riding shotgun with me. My goals are what they are. The name of my company is Stinks Inc. Stinks Inc. And you're looking at Nate Jones, CEO of that company. What I'm striving to do is what we have already discussed and what I've already laid on the table in terms of what I want to do, what I need to do. By God's grace, what I'm going to do. And I want to do it in your face if you permit me to. When my first product arrives by mail, they say they're sending me out my product within a month or so. I will introduce you to that product, which will be the first of many. Of course, my wife, that first book, should really go to her, but I'm not going to do that. There is a lady that is at the Western Union, where I go to send my wife some money from time to time, or if I go to send some money for helps, missions, and so on and so forth. This lady has given me the push and the drive somewhat to get the book up and running, and she's always asked me for a signed copy. I think the writer's copy, I want to sign it and give it to her. Now I'm saying that but we'll see. I might still just give it to my wife because we'll see. Nevertheless, my name is Nate Jones, CEO of Stinks Inc. We reach the world for Jesus. We touch lives by God's grace because we can. My name is Nate Jones. Be blessed.